from Jacksonville, $596. Devon Bell, Pittsburgh, $550. Todd Gurley from the Rams, $521, and Jordan Howard of the Chicago Bears, $495. Let's go to the receivers now. Antonio Brown, 700-yard even from Pittsburgh. Tyreek Hill, 515 of the Kansas City Chiefs. Cincinnati's A.J. Green at 504. Adam Thielen from Minnesota, 488. And T.Y. Hilton, Indianapolis, at 485. About 3 weeks ago, I entered a team in fantasy, and I went strictly based off of tried to draft my team. I queued my team to draft with the leaders, and my receiving core in 3 weeks. 2 of my 3 receivers are no longer in the top 5. Stephon Diggs has been hurt. He was number 1 at the time. Thielen was number, I'm going to say 2, but he might have been 3. And the third guy got hurt as well. So, that's pretty bad. Sack leaders. DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas has 8.5. Campbell from Jacksonville is sitting with 8. Melvin Ingram from the Chargers is sitting with 7.5. Arizona's Chandler Jones has 7, along with Everson Griffin from Minnesota. Interception leaders thus far, heading into the Sunday of Week 7. Hyde from Buffalo has 4. Smith from Minnesota. Hooker from Indianapolis. Gibson from Jacksonville. And McCourty from Cleveland, all with 3. Now, see if I can't get us here an injury report for fantasy football. Here's a new ranking of the top 10 quarterbacks according to fantasy points heading into week 7 are at number 10, Marcus Mariota. Number 9, Dax Prescott. Of course, he is facing San Francisco this week. Matt Ryan in a Super Bowl preview at number 8 has the New England Patriots. Just kind of going through here real quickly. Cam Newton. Where was Cam playing? Was that Chicago? Cam Newton's number 7. Carson Wentz plays Monday night against Washington. Russell Wilson is at number 5. He is playing the Giants. Drew Brees, number 4, is in Green Bay to take on the Packers. Alex Smith is number 3, coming off back-to-back heartbreaking losses. Thursday night against the Raiders, and last Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As we're talking here, the Eskimos have won in overtime 35-29, and are now still 2 points ahead of Saskatchewan for third place in the Western Division. Number 2, unfortunately, is still Aaron Rodgers, who is out for the remainder of the season with his broken collarbone. And number 1, without a shocking, no shock on in my voice, is of course Tom Brady. Now, some other things to remember when setting up your team for Sunday is, remember, Marshawn Lynch was hit with actually this is for next week. Marshawn Lynch has been hit with a 1-game suspension after running onto the field to join into a rather unique situation. A member of his family was in the middle of a scuffle. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was cousin. Was in a scuffle, but his cousin plays for the Chiefs. So he came running out onto the field to pull his cousin out of the scuffle, and roughly getting his teammates away from the action. So he's defending an opponent to his teammates. How well do you think that goes in pro football? Add to that, how well does that go when it's Oakland and Kansas City? One of the oldest rivalries, not only in the NFL, but 2 original teams from the AFL. I heard that and I thought, wow, that's funny. More than one way to skin a cat, I guess. Here are some of the injuries that they are tracking. This is straight from the NFL site. Josh Norman for the Redskins has been ruled out. I got for Monday night's game against the Eagles. Breeland for, I believe this is Washington as well. Yeah, it's Gruden talking. So Breeland, another cornerback for the Redskins, was limited Friday and is questionable for Monday. Gruden said Saturday that Breeland is looking better. So hopefully they're not totally foobarred. What else have we got here? Offensive lineman Ty Niskihi has a sore muscle. Oh, boo-hoo. And Tyler Catalina has a concussion. They both have been ruled out. Gruden announced Saturday that he also expects Rob Kelly to start and play Monday night, despite being questionable with an ankle injury. Also questionable are offensive tackles Trent Williams, safeties Everett and McClure, and linebacker Mason Foster are all questionable at this point. Carolina linebacker Luke Kuechly has been ruled out against Chicago Bears. Running back Fozzie Whitaker, ankle, will also not play. Center Ryan Khalil is expected to return this week after being sidelined with a neck injury since the opening week. Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott, is still determining whether Cordy Glenn will start at left tackle on Sunday. Jordan Matthews is questionable. McDermott added that tight end Charles Clay could probably play this season after suffering a knee injury against the Seattle Bengals 2 weeks ago. So they're hoping Clay can make it back before the end of the year. In Green Bay, of course, Aaron Rodgers and his collarbone was placed on injured reserve. Offensive tackle Brian Beluga, he's been cleared from the concussion protocol and was a full participant at practice on Friday. David, the other side tackle from Beluga, back. Anyway, his hamstring has limited him in practice all week, and his status for Sunday is unknown. Cornerback Devon House, center Corey Lindsey back, who's injured his back, and cornerback Randall hamstring are all listed still as questionable, and guard Lane Taylor ankle is doubtful. I am reasonably sure I just named 4 of the 5 linemen, offensive linemen in Green Bay. 2 tackles, a guard, and a center. They're putting in a guy into his first start ever. Wow. Definitely take New Orleans plus the points in that one. Tampa Bay Buccaneers say that Jameson Winston will start on Sunday. The team announced that linebacker Alexander, defensive end Robert Ayers, linebacker Levante David, defensive end Noah Spencer, and safety J.T. Ward are all questionable. In Cincinnati, wide receiver Tyler Boyd, halfback Ryan Hewitt are both ruled out for the game against the Steelers. Cornerback Adam Pac-Man Jones is listed as doubtful. Rookie wide receiver John Ross and safety Deron Smith are both questionable. Jacksonville running back Leonard Fournette is questionable to play on Sunday after not practicing all week. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports per a source that the team is not expecting him to play versus the Colts. Fournette suffered the ankle injury in a Week 6 loss to the Rams. Jaguars Marquise Lee and safety Tashawn Gibson are both questionable. The Cleveland Browns wide receiver Sammy Coates, defensive back Jabril Peppers, wide out Kenny Britt, and defensive back Jason McCourty are all questionable for the game this Sunday versus Tennessee. The Jets defensive lineman Muhammad Wilkinson did not practice and is listed as questionable for Sunday's game versus the Dolphins. Tennessee running back DeMarco Murray was limited in practice and is questionable to go against the Browns. On Sunday, safety Jonathan Cyprien. I'm horrible with names until I hear them. I haven't heard some of these guys' names. I apologize. Did not participate in practice and is also questionable on Sunday. Denver Broncos tackle David Stevenson and tackle Watson are both out against the Los Angeles Chargers. The team placed linebacker Corey Nelson on injured reserve after he suffered an elbow injury in practice on Thursday. Indianapolis Robert Turbin elbow was placed on injured reserve on Friday. Minnesota coach Mike Zimmer says Case Keenum will start at quarterback against the Baltimore Ravens. He believes, however, that Sam Bradford will play again in 2017. Wide receiver Stephon Diggs has been ruled out for Sunday.